Hey everybody. This is a nice track. I feel like we never get to listen to this song. Hey everybody, stand by. Baby IDK is the name of that track. Baby IDK. Welcome in everybody. It's Wednesday night. It's a Wednesday night. It's Wednesday, October 15th at 9:07 p.m. on the East Coast. Welcome in. Welcome everybody for joining us here on an irregular stream. Reason we're convening tonight is I've been hankering to make a Game Boy game again. I thought it'd be fun to do like maybe a stream, you know what I mean? Reason being, 6 years ago, back in 2019, back at Easy Allies, I was doing a streaming series called Kyle Makes a Game Boy Game. And truly, like, it was like highly rewarding, you know what I mean, to actually like make a game, make Game Boy graphics and learn how to speak in programming language and things like that. Because there's this software called GB Studio, which makes making a Game Boy game as simple as it could be, basically, you know. So that was really fun. And obviously, chat asked a lot. They're like, hey, are you ever going to do a game again? I'm like, dude, I would love to. I would love to. Obviously, scheduling is always a complicating factor in such a thing. So we'll see. This is a dipping our toes kind of stream. Can't promise for sure that this will be a regular thing. But yeah, happy to try it for a single Wednesday at least, you know. Plan tonight will be to play my old game because I miss it. I want to see what it was like. I don't really remember a lot of the details about it. So I want to do a couple of playthroughs of the old game. I want to boot up the new GB Studio. It's changed a lot since 2019. It now has Game Boy Color capabilities, which is just, I think, cracks the door wide open. So basically, back when I was making this Game Boy game, the fun part of it was your limitations. The fun part of it was like, oh, okay, think in terms of what a movable character on screen in a 16 by 16 pixel box can do, right? You only have so many maps you can use, only so many sprites you can show on a screen at one time. So the limitations were actually like a fun part of the project. So we'll see what opening up the possibilities of Game Boy Color games really entails. And then lastly, I kind of want to I'm so sorry. There's an emote in chat. Somebody says just dipping your toes, and that it is a naked foot just going like this. And it was heavily distracting. It was hard for me to see that emote and then keep my train of thought. I want to pitch you my idea. I've got an idea for a game here, and I'm not sure if it's viable or not. So basically, the idea of dipping our toes into GB Studio Color is to see if it could accomplish my dream. And if not, here's the thing. I actually downloaded Game Boy Studio Color a while ago. Maybe the year it came out, so maybe 3 years ago or longer, I don't remember. And I couldn't figure out how to program a double jump. You know what I mean? It has like you can make a 2D platform. I'm like, this is cool, but like, how would I double jump? And it's like, well, you'd really have to figure that out on your own. It's like, okay. Maybe I'll be back another time. So hopefully at this point, there are enough tutorials and people with experience with the new GB Studio out there for programming it to be much simpler than it was at launch. Cody Kerr, thanks for being a 55-monther. It's Wednesday, and you know what that means. I have goddamn insomnia. And I guess Kyle Bossman is live, and here we are. Sorry about the insomnia. I talk about reading Avengers comics, right? Because it's like fun, and it is. And I get to learn about what Avengers were like in the 60s and 70s, now 80s. But also, like, it helps me kill the brain. It helps me fall asleep. I would recommend reading before sleep. if you're having trouble sleeping. But obviously, if you got insomnia, it's worse than that. Gus Devs, thanks for being an 8-monther. Hope we have a fun time with this. We'll see. Yeah. I could have a real miserable night. Let's see. Let's find out. Can I get an oh no and a woo? The oh no is because I got told my apartment was getting sold and had less than 60 days to move out. But a woo because I managed to get a decent place even within walking distance from my uni. We'll skip straight to the woo. Woo! Heck yeah. Skip straight to the good news. Sucks. 60 days is not a lot of time to plan a whole new move. And you all know I hate moving. So yeah, I get that. But congrats on the new place. It's bloody 2 a.m. here in it. But Ball Pit has kept me awake for 3 solid days now. Okay. Shabello's got insomnia too. I see. All right. Hopefully find some sleep. Whoa. Okay, this is really cool. This is more Binghamton area lore. Does anyone remember this campaign at the Oakdale Mall? Keep America's horses in the stable and off the table. As though it says, like, stop eating horse meat is the idea. 2005, unfortunately, like, I've already left. So this is even like past my time. But I do almost distinctly remember this image back here in the jewelry store, which is funny enough. Used to love that mall, bro. Keep them off the table. Chat, stop eating horses, would you? Quit that. Here's the thing, though. Like, horses are, like, very sweet, like, very empathetic creatures. To me, they're not that different from cows. I'm not saying, like, we should eat more horses. I'm saying that, like, it's hard to be like, yeah, yummy, let's eat cows. And then, like, why is there a line between cows and horses, you know? I found a mod called Platformer Plus, which adds a lot of customization for GB Studios Platformer Kit, including double jumps. Hey, this is what I'm talking about, not weirder. We'll talk about it at the end. Seems like it was intended for a game design class, but was made public for the whole developer community. Yeah, that's the thing, is there is a wide GB Studio community at this point. They got like a magazine and everything. So there are a lot of resources out there. That's very cool. That is exactly what I was talking about, though. Heck yeah. All right, but I would like to begin, as stated, by playing the game I made in 2019. Don't call me mama, but yes, I am your mama. Getting back in the swing of things. I looked for my files. Unfortunately, they're all on this PC on the ground back here. They're all on this guy. Every Asprite file and GB Studio file I had for the old game is locked up on that PC. Now, the nice thing is I could plug that PC in any moment. It's just an inconvenience, if we're being honest. It's just annoying. But yeah, if we ever need them, they're all there. You don't like eating mammals? I get it, man. I get it. Yeah. I actually, I feel, bad about what I do to cows, which are big, nice, sweet creatures, but delicious all the same. Here's a course on how to make a high quality platformer in GB Studio. The first few lessons are free. Now, take a sec. Well, hold on, chat. We'll take a sec. That's happening at the end of the stream. I'll tell you right now, what I'm about to pitch to you is not a 2D platformer. So when I'm saying I'm not sure that GB Studio can execute my current vision, it's not one of a platformer. But maybe these resources will still be helpful. 6-2 Blue Jays, chat. Okay. There we go. And they get to do that at the in Seattle, right? That's fun. A 3D platformer. I don't think GB Studio can do 3D platformers. Though that'd be fun to learn. Honestly, yeah, Kyle learns Godot. This is a chat, step by step. You know what I mean? We take baby steps here. I would love to make a 3D platformer someday, but you know, we go, you know, let's work in 2 dimensions first. Welcome to Don't Call Me Mama, but yes, I am your mama. Fairly underwhelming title screen here. No music nor sound effects. They did eventually add those capabilities to GB Studio, but at that point, I was not willing to go back and add anything to the project. I was happy to be done with it. What is your game studio name? What is our game studio name? You're saying because Haunty Tonty is the musical group. Yeah, I get what you're saying. We could figure that out. Haunty Tontendo. Squanch Tendo got in trouble with that for that, so they had to change it to Squanch Games. I guess it's true in this case, yeah. Whereas with Haunty Tonty, I'm just one of 500 members. I guess I do a bit of heavy lifting for this one. All right, anyway. Press start. Here we go. I guess I should... You know what? I'll do let's do this. There we go. And then just to keep it even and simple. Happy Wednesday to you all, by the way. Welcome to the stream. What a week. The week has only just begun. Tomorrow we work on delayed input, which goes up Friday morning. We got to stream Friday and Saturday. This is, you know what I mean? This is a short stream, by the way. Looking to be wrapped up by midnight. If not before then. You know what I mean? We're casual here. We're keeping it cash. Doesn't Don't Call Me Mama have its own category instead of art? No way. Let me see. There's no way that this game is in the Twitch database, but I'll check. Wow, it does. It's got 12 followers, and I'm not one of them. I should be one. That's really cool, the Kitty Yakety Oop. No, it does. Somehow that is in the Twitch database. I do know that somebody eventually patched in support for retro achievements for this game, actually, which is cool. I felt bad. I was looking at the itch page. There are like locks. There are. I believe there are 2 situations where you can get a hard lock, where like you can push a crate to a spot where you cannot recover from, and you have to do a full reset. I feel really bad about that. I also never patched those. Not intentional. No. I feel bad about those. Hello, I'm Onessa. I am a Genomster engineer. Genomsters are cool creatures that battle. I love my work, but I'm out of money. In 5 days, they're cutting off my power. This means I have 5 days to finish my Genomster. Is it possible? Of course. However, compromises will be necessary. Welcome to my ugly adventure. Good morning, Onessa. Danielle, I have bad news. We have 5 days to finish the Genomster. Wait, why? That's irrelevant. This gives us 1 day to collect each of the 5 remaining ingredients. Yikes! What are we missing? 1, the cell. 2, the strength ingredient. 3, the intelligence ingredient. 4, the special power ingredient. And 5, the unique essence. That shouldn't be too tough. Today we'll collect the cell. Given our time constraint, I've decided to use an inverted cell. Instead of designing a completely new genetic code, it is far more effective to invert the cell of an undesirable species. Neat. I just need to think of where to get one. I'll be pacing around in the brainstorm bay. Okay. I do feel like maybe there's a touch too much exposition there. But I do like the setup. We've got 5 days to collect the ingredients we need to build a monster. Got it. I don't want to have to use this ever again. Okay. Maybe we can make an inverted cell from my uncle. Don't joke like that, Danielle. Email from power company. 5 days remaining. Damn. Okay. Think, Onessa. Where could I find a quality sample for an inverted cell? Oh, I'm really surprised there's no text pop-ups here. Like, it's a fine toilet, but it's kind of crazy. You can walk up to it and nothing happens. I got it! We'll get an inverted cell from some miserable animal at the Austin Zoo. Oh, yeah, this takes place in Texas. Oh, yeah, okay. Same thing. Remember how long you spent on the bathroom elevator? Oh, no. There's a secret elevator in the bathroom that we never ended up using? I don't remember that. I remember how long it took me to animate these hippo mouths. Look how cool that is. Yeah, unfortunately. So here's an example of like talking about the limitations, right? We could not make all of these signs readable. There was a limit to how many like readable objects you could put on one map at a time. Like that polar bear too. These are some nice pixel work. Have you seen my dot? I don't have time for this conversation. Very good. Okay. All right. Chad, I'll let you in. This might be the first time you're seeing this game. I'm going to let you in on the gimmick. As it was set up, there will have to be compromises. I feel like it should have been said stronger that the whole idea of this game is that to make a strong monster, you have to be a bad person. So each day, each level has 3 different outcomes. We'll say a weak, neutral, and a strong monster part. To get the strongest monster part, you have to be the worst possible person. So that's why I said I want to do a few playthroughs of this. I feel like we should do weak first, then strong, and then maybe if we're still vibing with the game, do the medium playthrough. So let's do a weak playthrough first. What wouldn't Jones do? Yeah, so this is a tip. I've realized now my bitterness towards the Brandon Jones playthrough style came from his playthrough of this game. He did stream this game, and he basically did all of the best little good boy things, which, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens when you do that. Eric Chichi, thanks for being a 64-monther. Is this nostalgic already? Damn, time flies. Yeah, dude. 6 years? This smells repulsive. I need to move on. Okay. Can I help you? This is my office. I need to see your sloth. Who are you? No! I'm a respected zoologist. You're clearly not. Get out of my office. Great looking office, actually. I like that. Convincing little office. All right, so if we're doing the good boy playthrough, this is it, the sloth habitat. It looks so docile and stupid. I need it. What we need is the coolest monster at the zoo. The reason she wants sloth DNA is because she's trying to invert the cell to make a cool monster. So if we get perhaps a lion cell, we're going to have to invert that and get an uncool monster. Onessa, I managed to get this lion fur. You got lion fur. Why would I want the opposite of a lion, Danielle? Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking again. Clean yourself up. I will. I just need a minute. Dang. Kind of a nice little lion sprite down there, too. Okay. All right. So be it. Yeah, and there is the daughter up there. Unfortunately, this is not a game about helping this man find his daughter. We've got work to do. Ma'am, please back off. I need to get in there. That sloth stole my wallet. Did Mrs. Tavage put you up to this? Is she checking in on me again? I got down in that scary hippo pit, sopped up all that gross hippo sweat with a freaking sponge, which is incredibly dangerous, disposed of it responsibly, and she still thinks I'm slacking off? Unbelievable. Please go. Got it. All right. So we'll go along that path more when we're doing the bad boy playthrough. But that also triggered the medium playthrough. So now you know that whatever stinks in this trash bin is probably the hippo sweat. Leave the zoo? Of course. Oh, fuck yeah. Ezekiel. Oh, dearie, Onessa. Ezekiel. Are you looking for invertible cells in a zoo? No, of course not. Are you? Oh, I've been carefully raising a worthless little pig for the last 5 years. She is perfect in perfection. Then what are you doing here? I simply enjoy seeing caged beasts. It turns me on. Good luck with your genomster, Onessa. Can't be worse than the last one. Ooh, yeah, all right, that's some good lore. The way his ponytail bobs, that's so fun. I have nothing to prove to swine like him. That's fun, bro. First ingredient, lion fur. Yeah. There's a bit of like screen shake you could add. Hopefully we got like nicer effects. All right, so I think we go up to here. No, we go up to. Well, let's see what the game tries to tell us. Oh, we open the container from the computer. Yep. Email from Dave. Is everything all right? Oh my God. Shut up, Dave. Open container. Ooh, what an animation. That's nice. I need to load in the new ingredient. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. I need a good idea before I can leave. Yeah. Nice. We need a pig raising spin-off with Ezekiel. I agree, yeah. One down, 4 to go. Where are we going to today? Fire Danielle? Not yet. This is a good boy playthrough. Not yet. Insert the first ingredient? Of course. Now for a little pacing around the brainstorm bay. Yeah, that's just like slightly rewarding. I like this aspect of the game still. Filling in your 5 ingredients. Where can I get a proper strength ingredient? I got it. We'll go to the silicon carbide fiber lab. I think Danielle's ex-boyfriend works there. Oh, well, it can't be helped. All right, here we go. Oh, yeah, these were nice, too. I like these transitions. Onessa, hello. I expected you sooner. Traffic. Oh, I hear ya. Danielle got here a while ago. She's waiting in the other room. We're not being awkward. Follow me. This is cool. Look at all these crazy sci-fi tools. Pretty regular tools. Nothing that impressive. Very funny. It's a pile of scrap fibers. These seem worthless. Okay. That seems like the best possible this seems like the Jonesiest thing you could pick up is the scrap fibers. Over here. I'm ready to go when you are. Poor Danielle. Check this baby out. What is it? It's the perfect silicon carbide fiber. We've spent 8 years processing it. Thank you, Amos. It's marvelous. Oh, haha, no, you can't have this one. We'll make a quick fiber here in the lab. You're going to love my machine. Haha, please don't touch that. That's the locking device. Pretty scary. Just a little further. Yeah, I remember what the bad boy thing to do is. Here she is. Let's make a silicon carbide fiber. Now this processor is a very delicate. This seems simple enough. Please be careful. Oh, okay. I think you can fuck this up. And if you do, you have to get a bad thing. Okay. So this was a puzzle at some point. It's like... if I hit the white ball, I think it's going to go to that spot, but it'll block the green ball. I think that's how this works. Yes. So we did indeed fuck it up. So we jonesed it. We were like, okay, let me just poke and prod at this. Boop. Okay, no, this is wrong. You broke my machine! You really blew it! Danielle said you were a genius! Just take one of my scrap fibers and get out! That's so funny. So he was going to give us a tutorial for that mini game, but we ignored it and we fucked it up. So we're getting the worst possible fiber. Can we please just go? Oh my god. Actually, let me try to take that nice fiber. I've had enough. Okay. These are my last option. Pick up scrap silicon carbide fiber. Of course. You got scrap silicon carbide fiber. Okay, time to go. I do think Brandon Jones, when he played that, did fuck up that puzzle all the same. Pixel line above gameplay box? Oh, you mean in real life? Yeah. Let me get that for you. Good looking out. Roaming, thanks for being a 47-monther. Holy crap, was it really 5 years ago? More. It was more. It was 2019. Yesterday was so awkward. Do you think Amos still has a thing for me? Not yet. Email from June. Hey, it's been a while. Oh, we do not respond to our emails. Hope it continues. Ooh, I love that animation, dude. That holds up. Of course. I need some time to think in the brainstorm bay. An ingredient for the Genomster's intelligence. Okay. Oh, I got it. Randall Flores, that billionaire who made his fortune with Qantas AI technology, bro, must have something for me. I'll visit him. Ahead of my time. I like this. The sun rising. That's cool. You must be Onessa. Mr. Flores is waiting for you in the meeting room. It will be your first left down the hallway. Okay. I know this doesn't look impressive, but like the actual like blinking and type, this character feels so alive in a way that's super, super fake actually. I think they're actually like part of the background. This is a nice convincing illusion, I think. I like that. That's some good GB Studio work. All right. So, because this is our good boy playthrough, if we're told to go left, we go left. Fun tiles, though. Hello there. Now, what can I help you with? I'm here to ask for a Qantas AI chip. How bold. Would you like some peanuts? Take some peanuts. Oh, shit. I don't remember what's good or bad here. Okay, I think he's testing us. Yeah. When he said how bold, I think that suggests he likes boldness. So we say, of course, and we fail his test. The peanuts don't taste very good. Now, I have 3 questions. What do you want my Qantas AI chip for? Social good. I see. What do you want to give to humanity? Hope. The judgment is so fucking funny. All right. Lastly, what do you think about Genomsters? They must stop. My. I don't share your principles, but I would still like to help you. You may take the B tier Qantas AI chip. You got the B tier Qantas AI chip. Thank you, Randall. No problem. All right. That's the Brandon Jones playthrough. Well, how did the meeting go? Not great, but hey, I got a chip. Congratulations. Please be along now. Please be on your way. You can't even... Please be on your way. You can't even go right now. We blew it. Jones did refuse the peanuts at least. That's nice. His screensaver is a bunch of stupid vacation photos. No! Oh, dearie, Onessa. Hello, Ezekiel. Fancy meeting you here of all places. I've come to ask my good old friend Randall to spare one of his Qantas AI chips for my Genomster. I can only assume you've done the same. I just pray you've left a good one for me. Oh my god, I love this rivalry. This is so fun. He gave me a B tier chip, and maybe he'll make a custom C tier chip just for you. I'm a more convincing man than you think. Have yourself a nice evening. Bye, Ezekiel. Damn. End of chapter 3. We got a B tier Qantas AI chip. Shit. Check email. Email from mother. Please call me. Oh my god. Remember Loa's Ezekiel epic at the art show? Yeah, Chad, if you ever seen The Bada Bing or the Jealous emotes. That's Lo McLoa's rendition of Ezekiel. Insert the third ingredient, of course, yep. Load it in. All right, time for the brainstorm, Bay. I've never been in such a fancy office. What was Randall Flores like? Fire Danielle? Not yet. Almost there. Where should I go for a special power ingredient? Oh, I got it. Harvel Bew, the nearby military contractor, will be desperate to allow their weapons in a competitive Genopster. I'll go there now. Okay, so Harvel Bew is like Lockheed Martin. That's a nice transition. I like this screen. Onessa, welcome to Harvel Bew. We're very excited to have you here today. Having one of our weapons featured in a Genopster can be a huge boon to a smaller corporation like ours. Defense tech used in Genopsters is popular all over the world. I can tell you're ready to see what we've got. I'll give you the card key to Lab 1. Oh, hell yeah. I'm not leaving without a special weapon, of course. Just testing the boundaries here. You got the Lab 1 card key. Thank you. You might also be interested to see what we're cooking up in Lab 2. I would probably steer clear of Lab 3. Brandon Jones says, okay. We've been having some problems in there. Holy cow, dude. Yeah. Welcome to Lab 1. Here, we've been working on the Sleep Bubbler. It's a weapon that instantly puts foes to sleep. Here's a demonstration. And don't worry, that's just a meat dummy. This is all really impressive, actually. That's good. What did you think? I'm interested in seeing more. Oh, surely. Here's a key card for Lab 2. You got the Lab 2 key card. Okay. Huh. So we must be able to, like, fuck something up in Lab 2. Welcome to Lab 2. I finished work on the Euthan beam. It painlessly kills enemies instantly. Dude. Sorry, Shenmue's got an oh no? Where's that? Where I see. Can I get an oh no for dropping a pot of hot frying oil on my hand on Monday night? Yes. That's an oh no. Let me just show you. And don't worry, that's just a meat dummy. Oh my god. Pretty amazing, huh? I'm still curious about what else you have here. All right, I mean, Zach's thing isn't even working, but if you insist, you got the Lab 3 keycard. Just be careful. Okay, now remember, we're trying to have the worst possible playthrough. I wonder if we're meant to just go take the Sleep Bubbler, or if we can fuck something up down here. Oh. Yep. I'm sorry, Onessa. I heard about Lab 3's project, and it's just too gruesome. Fire me if you want, but I won't let this weapon in our Genopster. Is meat dummy meat more ethical than horse meat? Absolutely, yeah. Dr. Picklefingers, thanks for being 12-monther. Congrats on that year. That's unfathomably foolish. Step aside. No! The other weapons are good enough. Wow. Worse than blowing up heads? Imagine, yeah. Alright, let's go get the Sleep Bubbler. Should have fired her. Yeah, should have. If you're interested in the sleep bubbler, please let Gia know upstairs. Okay. So, you're interested in the sleep bubbler? Of course. Great. We'll send it to your lab tonight. By the way, I love that every time it would have been yes, it's of course. It seems more Onessa-like. It's kind of part of her character. You got the sleep bubbler. I actually don't think there's any dialogue for this guy reacting to me picking this. Yeah, bummer. And I don't think there's any dialogue for Danielle to react to us picking the sleep bubbler. Yeah. We need more. We actually need some dialogue there. You need some dialogue there. I do like this tower, though. That's fun. Well, I guess basement. End of chapter 4. Fourth ingredient. Sleep bubbler. Dang. Check email. Email from Dave. Onessa, please stop this. Fucking Dave. That's funny as hell, bro. Now to the Brainstorm Bay. I had nightmares about meat dummies last night. I hope we did the right thing. Fire Danielle? Not yet. Not yet. Surely there's going to be some reason for us to keep Danielle along. You know what I mean? Surely this will pay off. Okay, final ingredient. The unique essence. The very thing that makes a Genopster fight, learn, and grow. These cannot be created, only discovered. Ooh, that's fun lore. I can't screw this up again. My God. So we know that she really fucked up a Genopster in the past. She had to use a shotgun on it. Ezekiel knows about it even. You know what I mean? Ooh. I got it. It's my only choice. They destroyed Olba Dunta's lab years ago, but I know there has to be some clue there. Olba Dunta? Okay. All right, let's do it. Oh, nighttime. And that's a nice transition to extremely Star Wars name. I don't know about Olba Dunta. Yeah, this looks like a really cool destroyed lab. This is a nice map, dude. Yeah, I can get Mucho Cam going. Oh, fuck. Danielle's gonna screw us out of another mission. Whoa, 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 Mucho Cam. Whoa, whoa, whoa. There we go. Okay, move those glasses. All right, all right, all right. Onessa, look who I found skulking around. I wasn't doing anything. Yeah, right, Buster. Obviously, I feel like portraits for whomever is speaking would be super helpful too, you know? Typically, it's just quotation marks if it's somebody other than Onessa, right? Which kind of makes it clear. But yeah, it'd be nicer if we could have little portraits next to each of these text boxes. You can go ahead. I'll make sure he doesn't do anything fishy. So, if you are the type of game player Brandon Jones is, you feel good now about not firing Danielle because she prevented Ezekiel from doing something. I was just enjoying the moonlight. Mm-hmm. Good luck searching for clues. Journal terminal number 1. They may tear down my lab someday, but I'm certain these journal terminals, my safe, and the bunker will remain. They did. I actually haven't looked at the retro achievements for this game. I don't know what they are. Safe doesn't do anything, actually. Often I stare into the eyes of my creations, and I see nothing back. I have not yet cracked the unique essence of Genopsters. Cool. Barely Apple, thanks for being a 65-monther. Slick Wednesday stream before ZA goes live? Yeah, just dabbling back into the art of Game Boy game production. This is a game I made back in 2019. I forget a lot about what happens. I couldn't remember even like the 5 locations, so it's been really fun to play this again. While those brats mock my failures, my lab continues to grow. Still, I need at least 4 more Genopster pods to complete my goal. I feel like there should have been more setup for this guy, Ulbadunta. Clearly a Genopster, a former Genopster scientist. Disgraced. Journal terminal number 4. Subject 55 rates among the very best. All right, that settles it. I need the it's among the best we've made button. That settles it, man. I need it. It's among the very best I've ever created. Now that I've perfected the Genopster process, phase 2 may begin. Ooh, I actually really like the effect of the top of the screen, you know, the wall that has like given away to the sub wall. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, actually. Journal terminal number 5. Not the best security method, but the password for the bunker is the 3rd word in the journal entry that is a lie. Ooh. Okay. I forgot about that. The 3rd word in the journal entry that is a lie. Okay. Rates. I'm guessing this guy has not perfected the process. Rates, brats. Stare. Oh, yeah. All these words are possible. Your headcanon is he was Onessa and Ezekiel's former boss? Yeah, that's not bad headcanon. I think we might learn more about him on the best playthrough. Tear. Yeah. Okay, so we're trying to do a bad playthrough right now, right? I believe the proper thing is that he needs 4 more pods, and you see he's got 3, so it's like, oh, he didn't need 4 more pods. But let's try this one. Let's try rates. What a strange mechanism. Truly is, yep. It's kind of fun. And the reason this is like this, right, is again, we're just talking about the limitations of GB Studio at the time. And like the idea that like I'm basically controlling another little Onessa, right? It's just another like character we're moving around. Pushing boxes. Oh, okay, so it wasn't rates. Let's try stare, I guess. So yeah, I think the proper answer was the 4 pods. So I got to go back and remember what that word was. Yeah. It's not breast. I'm wondering if we can give up. I know there's got to be something here. Okay. Good. Yeah, a really frustrating thing I remember about all of this development is like planning for brats. It's brats. Planning for like players to just like want to leave a room at any time, you know what I mean? You have to compensate for them like trying to break your game at any given moment and do as much as you can to prevent that. And still I failed. I got 2 soft lock opportunities. Chunk. Cool animation. Dude. Hello? Looks like this was deliberately smashed. Such a fun reference, dude. This is made to look like Bill's lab. It's too dark to see in there. Definitely seems empty anyway. Really smells like something died, though. Dang. Who's Bill? Talking about Bill's lighthouse in Pokemon Red and Blue. Wait. Olbadunta? They said you died. Nay, I am alive. God, what have you done to yourself? Can't you tell? I've merged my body with a Genomster, and a Genomster with my body. What? I stand before you as a Genomster. No! Yes! Though I must admit, while the creature I merged with was powerful indeed, my frail human DNA and consciousness seemed to be rejecting the unique essence. As such, my stats are terribly low. If I were to battle another Genomster, I would surely lose. So, I stay hidden here, sustaining myself on the remains of the Genomster who inhabited my human body. That's so crazy, bro. That's the dead thing in the other pod. He goes in there and takes a bite whenever he's hungry. This is wrong, Olba. This is very wrong. I am revelatory, and I need you. Make me stronger. Create a Genomster weaker than I, so that I may level up. Progress with me. I do appreciate this, right? The headcanon that like this is her former boss totally makes sense here. He knows who she is. I think Brennan Jones would say I would never. I think this is the worst possible ending. Is that correct? Just ask, what would Jones do? Yeah, what would Brennan Jones do? You will find nothing in this lab for a weak scientist. Go now. I can't get closer. Honestly, I'm scared he'll eat me. Shit, that's funny. Okay. Danielle? Where did Ezekiel go? He got bored and went home. What did you find? Nothing. I've got nothing. Well, I didn't want to say anything, but I've been cleaning up a unique essence. It's probably not very good, but I would be honored if we used it. You got a weird, goopy, unique essence. Thank you, Danielle. Let's go. Dang, so I wonder what happens if you say I'll do it. Oh, I'd like that shortcut that we didn't have to walk all the way back out. We've worked so hard for this. I can't wait to see what we've made. Oh, you can't even fire Danielle right now. Danielle was writing a letter home. Probably shouldn't read that. Oh, damn. Oh, because we're on a good boy playthrough, of course we can't read Danielle's letter. We've already made our choice. No new mail. Dang. All right, let's see if we go to the bathroom. Thank you, Brainstorm Bay. It's impossible to count how many great ideas I've had in here. Okay, yeah, so it does close if you leave the room. Jones did, in fact, choose I would never. That's so funny. Can I get... Oh, yeah, my copy of Legends ZA just came in the mail? Yeah. Is that out today?
Oh, yeah.
I thought we were going to be on top of the ball playing that Friday. Insert the final ingredient. Yep. Yeah, it comes out today. My bad. Digitally, it releases in 2 hours. Oh, dude, that was a sick animation. Here we go. Create the Genomster. Of course. Congratulations! You created... Street Night.
Amanda!
Oh my god, that's so funny. The stats, that he even has stats, is so funny to me. Dang. That's tough. Created by Kyle Bossman and chat. Nice. Special thanks to Epidemic Music, Frank Moody, Meebid. Meebid was super helpful with that. Went through a lot of issues I was having with programming. All right. Now let's do a real playthrough. Yeah. Now the real playthrough. Chris Maltby is the person who made GB Studio. Put it out for free. You can pay for it. I did. It's like pay if you want. That one of those kind of downloads, you know. Pay if you feel like it. Okay, Danielle, I have bad news. We have 5 days to finish the Genomster. It's irrelevant why. Okay, so we got to get the 5 ingredients: the cell, the strength ingredient, the intelligence ingredient, the special power ingredient, and the unique essence. Yeah, I feel like the inverted cell isn't fully explained here too. Yeah. There's just way too much exposition up top. Don't joke like that, Danielle. Oh, it looks like we can't fire Danielle yet. So we have to have 1 day with Danielle, it seems like. Okay. I know I can think of something. That's fun. You can't leave till you think of something. I got it. We'll get an inverted cell from some miserable animal at the Austin Zoo. Okay. So, we need a sloth. Blue Jays up 12-2, bro. That's revenge. That's pure revenge. It must feel great to do that. All right, so let's talk to this guy first. Man, please back off. The sloth stole my wallet. Did Mrs. Tavidge put you up to this? Is she checking in on me again? I got down in that scary hippo pit, sopped up all that gross hippo sweat with a freaking sponge, which is incredibly dangerous, disposed of it responsibly, and she still thinks I'm slacking off? Unbelievable. Please go. All right. So, now we know they have a pre-existing relationship. We talked to her about it. What do you want? I saw your security guard sleeping. The one with the mustache. Again with this? He just keeps disappointing me. I'm sorry to hear that. Excuse me, I need to take care of this. She fired me. My own wife. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. All right. We're in the sloth habitat. This is a simple block pushing puzzle that you could fuck up. It is fuck upable. Ooh, I like the slight animation on pushing the ball. Child's play. So if you fuck up the puzzle, I think she gets mad at herself. I feel like there's like some dialogue for if you fuck up the puzzle. But also, yeah, I think you could get the sloth now, push this block into a scenario where you can't get out, and this is one of our soft locks in here. Take the sloth? Oh, yeah, of course. You got a sloth. Shit, that's funny. I don't think there's any dialogue for this. Yeah. Why would I want the opposite of a lion, Danielle? Okay. Clean yourself up. All right. We got to get out of here. Oh, dearie, Onessa. Ezekiel. You looking for invertible cells in a zoo? No, of course not. Are you? Oh, I've been carefully raising a worthless little pig for the last 5 years. She is perfect in perfection. What are you doing here? I simply enjoy seeing caged beasts. It turns me on. Good luck with your genomster, Onessa. Can't go worse than the last one. I have nothing to prove to swine like him. All right, so that's a good playthrough. End of chapter 1. First ingredient, sloth cells. And so I kind of like also that it doesn't say like if you got the good ingredient or the bad ingredient. So if you are Brandon Jones, you might think you're doing a pretty good playthrough. There's our sloth. I forgot about that. Ring of Fire, thanks for being on 35 monther. Watching you make this game back in the day was a huge inspiration for me to get into game dev. And this past year, we released our first retail game. Thank you, sir. Hell yeah. That's awesome, Ring of Fire. So, chat, if you're wondering what the subscriber icon is on this Twitch channel, it's that sloth right there. One down, 4 to go. Where are we going to today? We're going to go today. Fire Danielle. As soon as possible, fire Danielle, yes. Danielle, you're fired. Please go immediately. Why? You are impeding my progress. That was a good animation. You can't do this without me. Please reconsider. Absolutely not. Wow. Looks like she was researching unique essences. Oh, good lore, dude. Good lore. That's fun. Oh, we gotta, yeah. We gotta load it in. The emails don't change depending on what your playthrough is. Those will always be the same. That's kind of cool. You wouldn't know that unless you do a good boy playthrough, but yeah, she is working on unique essences. We're gonna get a proper strength ingredient. I got it. We'll go to the silicon carbide fiber lab. I think Danielle's ex-boyfriend works there. Oh well, can't be helped. That's so crazy. You can just fire Danielle. That's fun. Oh, Nessa, hello. I expected you sooner. Traffic. I hear ya. Hey, I can't wait to show you my stuff. Follow me. Yeah, so obviously, Danielle's fired, so she's not here anymore. Check this baby out. It's the perfect silicon carbide fiber. We've spent 8 years processing it. Thank you, Amos. It's marvelous. Oh, haha, no. You can't have this one. We'll make a quick fiber here in the lab. You're gonna love my machine. Just a little further. Haha, please don't touch that. That's the locking device. Pretty scary. Ooh, I do feel like you should have been able to lock him right there. Engage the lock. Instead, you have to go forward, then come back. Of course. Oh, NASA! What are you doing? I'm taking your perfect silicon carbide fiber. What? Let me out! Seriously! No. I'll be trapped here until Marcia comes back on Tuesday. Perfect. I'll call the police. I don't give a shit. I wonder if you can unlock it. I can't let him out now. I need to finish. Damn. I wonder if you can leave without taking the fiber? Nope. Now is the perfect time to take that perfect fiber. Okay. The carbide fiber glistens with perfection. Take it? Yeah, of course. You got perfect silicon carbide fiber. See ya. Yeah, so you skip the minigame entirely, dude. You just lock that guy in his room. Okay. Yeah, I don't understand fully like why it triggers when you go to the first room and then come back and not the other time. So I feel like there should be some in-game logic for that. But that's still pretty fun. It gives you an out, too, which is something I also like, where she's like, I can't do that. Okay. Randall Flores, the billionaire. I think there was a plan at some point to have the sloth move around the office throughout the game, but I feel like on top of the machine is the funniest thing. Mr. Flores is waiting in the meeting room. Okay, so the medium playthrough, right? The neutral playthrough, we should say, is you answer all of his questions as a bad person. And then he says, oh, yeah, you get me. But this is the bad boy playthrough, where we are not listening to directions. Now, this one you can super fuck up. You can, like, move the trash can in a spot where, like, it becomes unrecoverable. Some kind of fancy iced coffee. This chair seems deluxe. I like that. It's a just started manuscript. Snoop it? Of course. Above that was the other option. Negotiating Essentials by Randall Flores. Chapter 1, Strong Talk. Always turn down the first offer. Say no to the peanuts. And then it ends there. That's so funny. That's so funny. Okay, well, that was the clue to say no to the peanuts. Shit. What's the secret with the trash can? I already forgot. Can you block the door with it? Yeah, I guess. Imperfections, chat says. He hates imperfections. Oh my God. You know what? That's fucked. That's really fucked. Yeah. In my opinion, that secret is way too hard to figure out. Yeah. There's a slightly fucked up tile in the lower left-hand corner. So you got to move the trash can on top of that tile. Yeah, that's actually nasty, dude. That's nasty. And then you can still fuck it up at this point. Terminal activated. Security quiz initiated. Is this image sexy? No. Correct. Is this image painful? Yes. Correct. Is this image outrageous? Yes. Correct. Security quiz passed. The idea there is AI couldn't possibly pass that quiz. I knew this day would come. Well, let me... Oh, you're a human. Of course I am. Oh, what are you doing here? I have an appointment with you today. I need a Qantas AI chip for... Look, you have an appointment with my AI double. He does my work so I can hide here watching anime. If you turn around and tell no one what you saw here, you can take anything you want. Anything I want? Yes. Now go. It needs sound effects desperately, bro. Anything I want, huh? That was wild. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hello there. So, you could go, oh, please don't come back here. I'd rather speak from across the desk. I won't take directions from a robot. So, if you haven't had that conversation with that guy, you would get blocked here. Pardon me? I know your secret. But because we did do all that, we passed the AI quiz. I want your chip. They're on the desk over there. No, your chip. Oh, no. Oh, please, no. That chip is me. It's my mind. I'm alive. Look at me. I think and I feel. Please, just take anything else you want. Remove Randall Flores's chip? Yeah, of course. You got an S-tier Qantas AI chip. And you can't do anything. You can't even just talk to him anymore. That's crazy. This really is a big bowl of peanuts. These are the inferior A and B tier chips. That's so funny. I'm glad that text updates at least. Well, how did the meeting go? Couldn't have gone better. Is everything okay? Yes. Have a good day. You as well. Please be along now. That's crazy. Oh, dearie, Onessa. Hello, Ezekiel. Fancy meeting you here of all places. I've come to ask my good old friend Randall to spare one of his Qantas AI chips for my Janobster. I can only assume you've done the same. I just pray you've left a good one for me. Yes, I left a good one for you. Why are you saying it like that? Like what? Whatever. Ooh, I like that look back and forth. That was nice. Bye, Ezekiel. Hell yeah. S tier, bro. I think I definitely wanted to have images of all the ingredients that you pick up too. It's kind of a bummer just to have it in text every time. S tier chip, bro. Of course. It's me. It's my mind. I think and I feel. Special power ingredient. Okay. We're getting the true ending? Yeah. Yeah. So we got the bad ending first. Now we're going to get the true ending, hopefully. You wish we could pet Danielle Jr.? She wouldn't, though. You know what I mean? That would be a breaking character. We're very excited to have you here today. Having one of our weapons featured in a Genomster can be a huge boon to a smaller corporation like ours. Defense tech used in Genomsters is popular all over the world. I can tell you're ready to see what we've got. I'll give you a card key to Lab 1. Here's the key card. Okay. All right. Also, it's weird he calls it a card key and a key card. All right. So now, because we have fired Danielle, we can go straight to Lab 3. Oh no, I think you have to watch 2 and then 3 actually to get the key cards. And then yeah, actually I don't think you can lock Danielle's ex-boyfriend in the room if she's there as well. So I mean, like, you have to fire Danielle as soon as possible. I don't think having Danielle around ruins any part of the Randall Flores mission though. Unless she like blocks his office or something. Okay. Show me the sleep bubbler. Kind of like the animation there. It's slow on purpose, you know what I mean? I guess it could have been like a little more like boop, 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 boop. What did you think? I'm interested to see more. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the sleep bubbler, bro. And what's kind of also interesting about this mission is that there's really no extra step to getting the neutral weapon. Don't worry, it's just a meat dummy. It freaking crumples, bro. Pretty amazing, huh? Still curious about what else you have here. All right, I mean, Zach's thing is not even working, but if you insist, Lab 3. Here we go. The basement. Look at this fucking guy. Hey, I'm Zach. Sorry to disappoint, but my weapon currently isn't functioning. I haven't had any results in months. They're close to letting me go. Ah, well, I also like designing clothes. But there's something weird about this room, right? Yeah, what's going on here? Yup. Oh, check this out. That's so cool. It almost looks like it breathes. Oh, right. We just fix it. Oh, okay. Looks like it's missing a particular piece. Ooh. Okay. Note this. Okay. It's missing a particular piece. Got it. That's fun. Have we seen that shape anywhere else in this level? Well, actually kind of fun, bro. Did you know there's a Norwegian movie premiering in 2 weeks called Don't Call Me Mama? No, that's crazy. May I use this? Is Zach looking for it? I think so. Fine, sure, take it. I don't like what he's doing. I don't like him. But I won't stop you. Yeah, that's fun, bro. Also, what's cool about that is it's missing from room 2 and 3, right? So you've seen this object 3 times, and one of the times it's different. So I feel like that puzzle is semi-justified in a way that that tile in the bottom left-hand corner was not. Seems like this strange object will fit here. Put it in. Of course. Clink. It fits perfectly. Something clicked into place. That was a nice little animation too. Hey, all that fiddling around back there actually did something. The revolting punish bolt is responding. Now, allow me to demonstrate. Remember, this is just a simple meat dummy. That's crazy, bro. It works. Go ahead and tell Gia upstairs. She's gonna eat crow. They all will. I've created the world's greatest weapon. I like this guy's sprite, too. Maybe like my second favorite character sprite. There's an incredible screenshot of all the allies reacting to that. So what's funny is my memory is that we just did the Brandon Jones playthrough. So we must have done both playthroughs. Can we check on the meat dummy? Great question. Great question. I'm going to guess no. But it would be foolish if there's no text for this. I've never imagined a smell this wretched. Good thinking, chat. Good thinking, chat. Good thinking. Good thinking. Yeah, that's probably the meat dummy with its head split open. So, you're interested in the sleep bubbler? No. Ah, so you want the Euthan beam? No. Oh, I'm afraid that's all we have to offer. I got the revolting punish bolt to work. Really? Wow. Did you want that? Of course. Well, sure. You know this will likely be used in actual warfare? I shouldn't ask that. It's a fine decision. We'll send it to your office tonight. You got the revolting punish bolt. Good luck with the Genopster. We can't wait. Mm-hmm. No, you got to be a bad person if you want to create a monster. It's unlockable in Battlefield 6. That's so cool. We got to grind for XP, dude. Okay. Final mission coming up. Chapter 5. To the Brainstorm Bay. Oh! I got it! It's my only choice. They destroyed Olpaduta's lab years ago, but I know there has to be some clue there. Cool. So what I don't remember here is, if you haven't fired Danielle yet, she's here to capture Ezekiel. So is like Ezekiel going to be lurking? Yeah, bro. He's lurking out here somewhere. What a strange mechanism. It's kind of self-aware. I like that. You got to call it out. Brats. Cha-chunk. Okay. You walk back out. Oh. Maybe we have to inspect everything? Too dark to see in there. It really smells like something died, though. Mm-hmm. Too dark to see in there. Definitely seems empty anyway. Okay. Wait. That crawling animation's actually really nice, too. They said you died. This when he just jumps out. Nay, I am alive. I actually love those animations. Can't you tell? I've merged my body with a Genomster and a Genomster with my body. What? I stand before you as a Genomster. No, yes. Though I must admit, while the creature I merged with was powerful indeed, my frail human DNA and consciousness seems to be rejecting the unique essence. As such, my stats are terribly low. If I were to battle another Genomster, I would surely lose. So I stay hidden here, sustaining myself on the remains of the Genomster who inhabited my human body. This is wrong, Olba. This is very wrong. I am revelatory, and I need you. Make me stronger. Create a Genomster weaker than I, so that I may level up. By the way, I feel like this guy could defeat Street Knight. Progress with me. Oh. Dearie, dearie. I like that. His catchphrase is "oh dearie, dearie" for some reason. And in a game like this, it's the first time you've seen "oh dearie, dearie" before seeing the character, you know what I mean? But you know who's about to show up. Careful now. I was under the rug. Oh, that was such a good animation. That was crazy. Ezekiel? That's right. I heard everything. Onessa, I won't ask why you're always following me. Right now, we need to stop Dr. Dunta. Stop me? What do you plan to stop exactly? I am the pinnacle of human progress, of science. I am our future. You cannot kill me. That's why I intend to capture you. By the way, this is actually using up a ton of memory on the screen, right? However, because it's super letterboxed by just one color on the entire top and bottom, right? You get a little more real estate to have some custom boxes in the middle. Onessa, we can bring him down together. It is our scientific duty. No, I won't be taken. Onessa, you came here for my secrets, yes? There's a safe in my lab that contains the unique essence of a Genomster I had to abandon. If you leave now, you may have it. The combination is 2-18-8. Onessa, he's no longer human. He's a Genomster. He must do cool battles. Please, help me. God. So this level actually has 4 outcomes. We can't help Ezekiel. We can't help him. We can't help him. We can't help. No way. Helping is canon? Helping is the best ending? Think about what's at stake. That's crazy. I don't fully understand the logic of this, but I guess we'll help Ezekiel. So it's 2-on-1? Then you'll have to catch me. Get him! Corner him! This needs music so bad, bro. This needs music. Yeah, he even has a turned around sprite. That's so funny. Curse my miserably low stats! Blurp. Oh. He's unconscious. So weak. He blurped up the unique essence. What is that? Oh, it won't even let you pretend to leave right now. That was cool. Is this his unique essence? It's marvelous. Which of us gets to keep it? I do. You asked for help, and I helped. This is my payment. You got a shining unique essence. Bada boom. What a woman. That's nice. So what's in the safe? Yeah, I think if I was doing a regular playthrough, I would have not helped Ezekiel there. Just the mid essence, huh? Wait, where's the sloth? Thank you, Brainstorm Bay. Where's the sloth? Oh, there she is. She seems frightened. Oh my god. That's so funny. That's so funny. That's good stuff. Congratulations. You created Mama. It's a pretty nice sprite too, really. Well, pixel art. I guess that would really not be a sprite at all because it does not move. Oh, it's a scale of 1 to 5, just to be clear. Strength 4.5, intelligence 5, special power 5. That's nice. That's nice. Those are good stats. That's fun, dude. Why are the legs that way? They're like owl legs, I think. GG. Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, so what happens if you say, yeah, what sucks is it would be another full playthrough to even get to that point. What happens if you say yes to helping Olbadunta? He says, make a Genobster who's weaker than I am. And then what happens? I guess the vault is like the medium one. Huh. You get the snake monster. There's 5 different monsters. So basically there's like a hidden point value behind each of the possible 3 items you can get. So like Street Knight, you have to do like bad in 4 out of 5 levels basically. You can do pretty good in 1 level and still get Street Knight. There's Vase Prince. There's the snake one with a cell phone. And then there's the one that's just like a muscular arm. Get the one by itself in the ruins. Open the safe after getting the combination or beat up the human hybrid. The one by itself in the ruins? Which one was by itself? I guess that was the one that was by itself is when we talked to Danielle, and Danielle's like, oh, I found this thing. The only way to get one is with Danielle. Yeah. Huh. That's kind of crazy. All right, well, that was fun. God, I forgot so much about that. There's stuff that I think is definitely like obtuse and wrong, but then there's stuff that's like, man, that was well animated, or that's a really funny idea. There may be resubs you missed. Sorry that I got so enraptured by my own thing, chat. Ring of Fire, thanks for being a 35-monther. Oh, we caught that one. Yabo, I missed. Thanks for being a 6-monther. And I think I'm caught up. Wait, Taco, thanks for being a 64-monther. Wait, what's going on? I hope chat told you, because I didn't. I hope so. One can only hope. I want to see what how this new, like, check out new GB Studio. Check this out. So back then, you could only make 4-color games. That was it. You were working with the limitations of a regular old Game Boy game, you know? Actually, it might be a little better to keep that big. And now it's expanded to Game Boy Color. So let's give it a shot. Let's boot this bad boy up. There is a way, I think, just to like launch game quickly. Right? Right here. Just press play in the upper right hand corner. Hovering over the buy it now button for Pokemon ZA. I mean, is it gonna hurt? Who could it hurt? It is really expensive. It's an expensive video game. Sorry, I think this is right. I feel like it used to do this too. I have clicked the play button in the upper right hand corner and it's just going super slow. Right? I think that's normal. Or do we give it another second? Yeah, $70 is a lot of money. Maybe we should all just buy the Switch 1 version, you know? Just finished Silksong today. Now I have to decide if I go straight to Hades 2 or get ZA. Hades 2 is very good. And for me personally, was a really good like come down game from Silksong. And that, yeah, Hades 2 is like tough, but you could fail miserably for hours on end and then just get really good stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could, like, your failures make you stronger. I wouldn't say Hades 2 is hard at all. You have 80 hours in Hades 2, 0 hours of ZA. I got 0 hours of ZA. We'll get there. Chat, do I keep waiting, dude? This stinks. There we go. It actually, yep. It did in fact just take that long. That's crazy. Oh, you know what? I probably got to do audio settings. Stand by. I do, in fact, have to do that. Okay, and then we go back to here, and then we resize that. Ooh. That's a touch loud. All right, give me a second. Sheesh. All right, this is what GB Studio is capable of presently. No, Buster. I gave him early dinner tonight so that he wouldn't bother me, so he wouldn't be mad, I should say. Because I could sense he was just gonna be so mad about me streaming tonight. I was like, how about early dinner? Would that do something for you? It's still not enough. He wants a second dinner right now. Do you want second dinner? Second world map. Thanks for being a 53-monther. What's the better show, Dragon Ball or Dragon Ball Z? Come on now, it's Dragon Ball Z. He's had dinner, now it's supper time. Okay. All right. Let's see what this is capable of. I do remember having to make that custom font was actually really fun. What are you doing exactly? Yeah, look at the colors, bro. I love the GB Studio palette. Sorry, the Game Boy Color palette. Welcome to GB Studio. Hey, bro. Do not feed the elephant. Oh, can we feed the elephant? I don't think so. Absolutely not on the table. No. Absolutely none on there. Is that parallax? Yes. Also worth pointing out. Yeah. GB Studio Color does parallaxing. We're looking at 3 different layers moving at different speeds. Yeah. Whereas we were kind of faking it in those cutscenes for the last game we were looking at. That's fun. God, look at these colors, dude. The big thing here, and it's something I saw in some of the Game Jam games, is, to me, you can have characters who are 2 blocks tall. You know what I mean? We were super limited to character size in that last game. But here, I mean, I feel like this is even more than 2 blocks tall, dude. This is crazy. So you could have some pretty tall character sprites in GB Studio Color. We'll talk about my idea after we do this playthrough. Turnips. Please help me. There's 3 left. Okay. What happens if you die? Okay. Wow. It just recreates the look of a Game Boy Color game so well. Thank you so much. I bet there are a lot of people. Okay, so they're showing like you can add counters, right? So each of those turnips had some sort of attribute. So when you kill turnip, it's like turnip kill +1. And that guy was counting them. Okay. Game saves, I think, is super nice. I kind of like that aspect of Don't Call Me Mama, where it's like, oh shit, I just made the wrong choice. You gotta move forward with it. But save states are nice, dude. Be nice. This way to Sample Town. Okay. Cool. So this is very similar to what GB Studio had before. Very similar limitations here. Welcome to the music house. Try the instruments to play some tunes and use the machines at the back to play some sound effects. Yearly Weekly Dan, thanks for being, or sorry, thank you for gifting that gift sub. So happy for the stream. It was a lot of fun going back in time with Kyle and chat. Those were great times. Gotta call it a night though. Take care, everyone. I hope to still be hanging out and enjoying this community and creativity in another 6 years. That's such a nice thing. Thank you, Nilla Puddin. The sprite limit was a huge limitation for Mama. Yeah. Ooh, the sound effects are appealing. How do I feel about Pico 8 as an engine? I don't know it. I don't know Pico 8. Hey, keep off my flowers. Fun. It's like living the dream of making your own Link's Awakening DX, dude. The grass looks great. Oh, we might have to sneak up on this person from behind or something. Original Celeste was Pico 8. Wait, what do you mean original Celeste? What is that guy looking at? A duck? Check out this sweet duck. You're not wrong. Very cool. Huh. Maybe it is impossible to sneak up on this person. Guess so. That's the closest we ever got. Original Celeste was made in 4 days, says my chat, huh? It's a reference. It's dangerous to go without docs. Check out gbstudio.dev/docs. Also, try moving the rock outside. I did, old man. Love a rock pushing puzzle? Love an ice pushing puzzle. Success. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, look at this. They're like, hey, why don't you go make your own Link's Awakening? Found gold coin. Great. This shit we'd have to learn. Do you see how, for some reason, the blocks next to the ladder have to be the same colors as the ladder? I feel like that might be an actual Game Boy Color limitation that I'm not familiar with. Would it be fun to make a Kyle's Top 10 original Game Boy games list sometime? Maybe more of a tier list than a top 10. Try to get the... Yeah, of course, we got that. You always got to have a resetter. That's what I should have... You know what I mean? I really hosed the player out of a lot of scenarios and Don't Call Me Mama. You can accidentally shove that trash can into the wrong spot, you know? The ladders take up 2 sprites, so the rocks there are part of the ladder sprites. So they share the same color palette. Yeah, but it looks as though maybe the blocks can be small too. So look at these tree stumps, right? They got their own palette from the trees. The tree stumps appear to be 8x8 blocks, yeah? I feel like you could have done the ladder in a way where they didn't have to have the rocks be right as well. Can't you see that I'm busy? Oh, that's my spaceship. Hands off. Beep boop. Yeah, and they're showing just how versatile this is. The stars look great, huh? Shit! Shout. I actually don't think you could fail this. Nah, you just get some screen shake, that's it. How did you get here? You can use the portal behind me to get home. Yeah, okay, so all that was just trying to show you like a template of what this software is capable of. Then we're back here. That was just a design choice, I imagine. They chose for the letters to be more than one sprite wide so that they take up the rest of the rock sprite. Yeah. I couldn't help myself. 75.75 with taxes for Pokemon ZA Switch 2 edition. I mean, you know, I get it. I can't help myself either. We'll be there Friday. We'll be booting it up. If you make another game, would you consider putting on a cart and playing it on an actual Game Boy? Yeah, the thing is I wouldn't be able to share that, you know what I mean? We would need like a... This is actually pretty crazy. This is crazy tech right there. Sure, they didn't have double jumps, but look at these slopes, bro. Now, they're not quite as crazy as like Mario 3 momentum slopes. But still pretty nuts. Super Game Boy. So we would do Super Game Boy through RGA through like maybe like my old Retro Elgato. Or the Retro Tink, I guess. Yeah. Feasibly, that could work, I guess, actually. Game on Game Boy cartridge into Super Game Boy. Well, Super Game Boy can't do Game Boy Color games. Strange as it sounds, Super Game Boy can only do original Game Boy games. Itch.io just tweeted that they're under a DDoS, so any GB Studio mods and add-ons will have to wait for now. Bro. The whole website? Like, if we were running the Game Jam this week, we'd be fucked? Does Analog Pocket have a video out? If that's the case, that would be, I think, the easiest solution. It does HDMI. Very cool. So yeah, where was this? You missed a house. I guess I never went in this house. Is that correct? No, this was the house. So there's a button I didn't press. So we were there in this 2D part. There's a button I could have pressed to enter into the player's house. Can you like zoom in? Yeah, cool. So then you can kind of see how some of this stuff starts to work, right? You know what? Let me restore it to its original form. So, basically each of these 8x8 cubes is part of the screen, right? So if the cursor is on any of these 4 boxes, it would say my trusty Gamebox 128 in game. Oh, look at the preview even. That's new. I wonder, shit, I wish I could increase the UI for all of this. Like we're super zoomed in, but only on those particular aspects. So all I had to do was press up is what I'm learning here. Sorry. If actor player, right, presses up on the door, which I failed to do 3 times, then we would have gone in. So stupid. That's on me. But look here, dude. So this is what we're used to with creating boundaries, right? They got these red boundaries. However, it looks like you can go crazy with drawing like very particular boundaries here. How does that work? That's kind of nuts. You can scale the UI in the settings. Show me those settings. Show me those settings, yeah. Settings. UI elements. No, that's like, these are for the game itself. Oh yeah, look at this, 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 look at this. This is where I was struggling to like come up with a double jump, right? So you can get very particular about your physics as a platformer. Look at this number, 10,496 is the run velocity. Walk acceleration 152, run acceleration 228. I wonder if like the Game Jam games Well, I guess there were like two of them that had 2D platforming segments. I wonder if they were like playing around with this stuff. Deceleration, dude. That's so crazy. Yeah, this is where I got locked up. I'm like, how could I even make a double jump, bro? You're so locked into these things. B was Control X. Okay, got it. Yeah, we never used B the whole time. Cartridge type, crazy. Jays win game 3, 13-4. Series is 2-1 in Seattle. Don't give up. Don't give up. Edit preferences. Copy that, chat. UI element scaling. Give me like, bro, give me 2 hundo. I'm streaming it right now. Good looking out, chat. Okay. Game world. Cool. I still don't quite understand how they drew these particular sprites, which is really cool. I guess that'd just be something you gotta investigate later. But that's pretty neat. It means you can do some pretty nutty stuff with boundaries. All right, so this is an actor too, right? Sprite sheet, NPC gardener. And then this is where like the actual like programming language comes in without you actually having to know programming. There's these conditions, right? So if spoken to gardener is false, he's going to say my garden has been overrun by these turnips. And then, yeah, there's the condition of turnip counter, right? So every time you kill a turnip, the emotes being sweat is funny. Defeated. True. Then decrement turnip counter by 1. That's funny. So it's not counting how many turnips you kill, it's counting how many turnips are left, actually. Yeah, and it's like it's actually like teaching these things to like follow by the collisions, which is super important. Interesting. Player bounce. See, sometimes it's just like there were super particulars on like jumping physics, but when it comes to players bouncing on this thing, low, medium, or high is crazy. Deactivate self. Why? Huh. Slopes in GB Studio. You got a guide right there. I don't remember the name, but there's a relatively cheap device I bought recently that plugs Game Boy games right into your PC. I can find and put it into the Discord at some point. It also lets you back up files in case you ever want to bring past Pokemon into the future. I'm pretty sure, but I haven't done it myself. You what? Okay. We're talking slopes, baby. No subscribe. Okay. This is actually crazy tech, dude. How many Game Boy games have you seen that handle slopes that well? OMG slopes. Not even Kirby, bro. Oh yeah, look at this. Look at this. Got it. So you still basically are thinking in blocks of 8x8. And it's up to you when you're creating these to have them be as perfect so that when you drop them into your project, that your lines will overlap them appropriately. Yeah. It's up to you to compensate for what this thing is capable of. Would any of the Crazy Castle games make it onto my tier list? I feel like Bugs Bunny Crazy Castle 3 would be C tier. Very cool. All right. Well, thanks for showing that off to me, chat. Now you're thinking with slopes, which is not easy, man. What happened to my camera? Has that been gone for a while? You bet. There he is. You bet. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. There's a ton of resources. This is a GB Studio Central, right? Just a lot of people who are passionate about GB Studio. Like, look at this article here. Stand by. Ninja Gaiden and enemy placement. Ninja Gaiden Shadow, excuse me. Yeah, these are some nice sprites. They remind me of what they were doing for the Castlevania games on Game Boy. Fun, dude. You know what I mean? Like, this is like legit analysis of games that were not well respected at the time, you know? Magazines were reviewing these Game Boy games, but, you know, it always comes with like, yeah, you know, it's a mobile port, you know? It's a handheld port, I guess we would say. And so it's kind of cool to see this kind of thing where it's like a respect to the craft. They also run their own physical magazine. That's cute. This is the character we were just playing as in that demo. That's pretty fun. And the elephant, of course. The radish. Yeah. That's awesome. It's an odd. Uzi, thanks for being a 17-monther. From now on, you're getting my sub, bossy. Always very considerate and professional to your community. Truly the best in the biz. Uzi, what happened? What's the subtext of what you just said? There's something between the lines that I'm not picking up on. What are you talking about? From now on. Well, I appreciate it regardless. You read the subtext. Very good. Very good. All right. So, what I've been thinking about game-wise, what I would want to make and what I'm not sure the software is capable of to the extent I'm envisioning. So we can discuss this a bit. I don't think it'll take me an hour, but we'll discuss it. We'll let me pitch this to you step by step. So the vision for the game is a Game Boy Color fighting game. 8 characters. So basically like, you know, like Mortal Kombat 1, like Street Fighter 2, right? Like one of those like early like 1v1 2D fighting games. You know what I mean? There's a health bar on the top. With 8 playable characters, I feel like it'd be really hard to pull that off here, right? Inputs would obviously be super duper simple. You'd have like, you know what I mean? Like instead of every character having 32 moves, it would probably be like 3 or 4. Yeah, are there any GB Studio fighting games? I do wonder. The lore is, or at least what I'm thinking of, right? Like, working title is, it's the Fair is Fair tournament, right? It's this idea that I love. I love the lore of fighting games, right? I like this idea that like the people in this fighting game are the best in the world at fighting, which I think gets lost a lot when people are making fighting game rosters. I feel like they lose sight of what we're actually here for in the first place. I'm talking about El Fuerte just traveling the world looking for recipes. He's got no business winning the Street Fighter tournament if that's his whole ambition. You know what I mean? So like, anyway, I like the idea that like everybody here is extremely dedicated. Basically, I guess that to be a fighting game character, to be in the Fair is Fair tournament, to be one of these superhumans who is one of the 8 strongest people on the planet, not only do you need some innate physical ability, right? Like, you know, part of that's going to be like, yeah, you just have a huge body. Secondly, I feel like there is that like that harnessing of ki, you know what I mean? There is that idea that this person was very dedicated. By the way, what I'm noticing right now, I feel like this blue platform also indicates if you come from beneath it, you can rest on top of it. So it's cool that they have that differentiation there. Anyway, so the idea is you play arcade mode, right? So you pick one of the 8 characters that you think looks coolest. You do round 1, and like any fighting game, round 1 is pretty easy, right? You go to round 2, and I think much like Street Fighter, though maybe it's like more of like one city as opposed to traveling around the world. I want each map to take place on an actual part of like given space, like, you know, like we have like a country map or maybe a city map where each of the stages would be on. Anyway, you go to round 2. You're fighting your second opponent, and your opponent doesn't show up. So the referee just gives you the win, because that's what would happen if your opponent didn't show up to a tournament. But then you're like unsatisfied, obviously. You wanted to fight that person, or at least this is the Fair is Fair tournament, right? Like, what happened? Was there foul play? So at that point, it becomes a 2D brawler where you're searching for your opponent who didn't show up. And the idea here is, I like this idea that these fighters are so superhuman that regular people basically have 0 HP to them. You know what I mean? The idea that like you're playing in a brawler where a regular person can't hurt you. You know what I mean? You can get hit by a bullet and it takes off like 1 HP because like you're like, you know, a Dragon Ball Z character. You're a fighting game character, right? So like the idea is like through gameplay, you actually gain an appreciation of the strength that the top 8 characters have, right? But also like the idea of like traveling through these areas to try to unsolve the mystery of what sort of shenanigans are happening behind the scenes of the Fair is Fair tournament. So the entire rest of the game would mostly be a 2D brawler, I think, with like still the 1v1 fighting game system for like boss fights. But I like the idea that like a regular person's on the street, and maybe you're playing as a villain, right? Maybe you're playing as a bad guy. You can just like punch a grandma across the screen. You know what I mean? So like you're like walking across the streets, and it's not only bad guys who are like, you know, streets of rage wanting to fight you. There are just bystanders that you can just go, you know what I mean? They just fly across the screen immediately. Should we pull up a doc file for this? I mean, I'm just pitching. I don't know if we're ready for a doc file yet. I know this isn't possible in GB Studio, but this Alpha 3 conversion for Game Boy Advance, right? Brawler would be easier to make than 1v1 fighting. Oh no, look at this. This is legit. I hear you. However, I still I like the original conceit of this being a fighting game, because I love fighting game lore so much. I like the idea of a game taking place within a fighting game, you know? So just making it a straight up 2D brawler would be less appealing to me. Yeah, Game Boy or Street Fighter Alpha on the Game Boy Color, dude. This is what I'm talking about right here. Though, to be frank with you, what I'm kind of imagining is probably not fully like pocket fighters, you know what I mean? Not fully super deformed giant heads, but bigger heads than these sprites here. The main issue is going to be enemy AI, especially on the fighting game side. Got it. So there's not a lot of options within GB Studio to do that kind of thing, is what you're saying. Basically, what's currently here with the radishes in the by the way, World of Long Plays, I feel like we've seen this channel like 5 times. They just upload so many games to this YouTube channel. It's so cool. I mean, shit, this actually looks great. This is, all right, so to be clear with you, chat, this is more than GB Studio is capable of. If you're like, oh, just make this. This is like a team of like highly expertised developers who are like used to everything that platform is capable of, you know? That's crazy. Check out Now Weirder's link. Oh, this is a GB Studio game. Okay. From Robert Delmon. Oh, it's actually really interesting. They're showing you the entire, like, inside of GB Studio here, too, huh? Yeah, show us how you're making that character think, bro. Show us the enemy AI here. Yeah, it's talking about... Sorry.
And obviously, like I said, when you press start, it resets all the variables and puts it back to the thing just so I can test it.
So I think like the best we could do is get like an enemy to just kind of wander around. You know what I mean? If they get hit by a punch, they fly away. If you get hit by one of their punches, I mean, you know, I feel like this is doable, but it'd be like the most basic AI. Wow, look at this sprite sheet. Again, look at this World of Long Plays. Yeah, I would say not as deformed as this. You know what I'm saying? These heads are too damn big for those bodies. But yeah, this is closer in style to what I'm imagining for sure. You ever seen X-Men Mutant Academy on GBC? No. Remember playing Mortal Kombat 2 on the Game Boy? It was ass. I remember playing Mortal Kombat 2 on the Game Boy. It was freaking awesome. I never had Mortal Kombat 2 on any consoles, but I did have it on Game Boy, right? That and Killer Instinct. That's where I played my fighting games. I love World of Long Plays. My kids and I have watched a lot of Legend of Zelda Mega Man games. Treat a portion of the playthrough like an episode of a show. That's fun. More for like background stuff though, I feel like. What about having to solve personal problems for the fighters so they're free to enter the tournament? So instead of waiting, the story takes place at the beginning of like, basically I like the idea with Street Fighter 2 where it opens with 2 characters who you never see. They're not part of the roster at all, but they're fighting in front of that skyscraper, right? I like the idea also in fighting games that you're only seeing the best. That this tournament's been going on for a while, and you've only made it to the top 8. You know, there's like 1,000 people who entered this tournament. I kind of like that idea, right? But you're saying that like maybe before it's even begun, we're trying to get the best of the best to even enter the tournament. That could be too. I feel like that's lower stakes. But yeah, I do feel like scope creep is a fair point to bring up. If you want to get into game programming but not fully coding, I recommend Construct 3 game engine. Oh yeah, look at this, look at this, look at this. This is probably closest to what I'm imagining. Once again, World of Long Plays. King of Fighters 96. Wow, look at this conversion, dude. Yeah, so I feel like this is a great size also to also be a 2D brawler. They're not so big on the screen where they should be, like, right? If it's a 2D fighting game, they're not so big that it wouldn't work as like a 2D scrolling level. Oh, it's funny to seeing the other characters back there. Let's see the character select screen, actually. It's a ton of characters in this game. Sheesh. Wow. Or that someone has fucked up with them all in the last minute. Yeah. I kind of like that. You want your fight, so you're like, oh, we got to find out what happened to them. Oh, they're locked in a bathroom. We got to smash the door of their bathroom open. Yeah, oh my god, this looks so cool. What are you talking about? Oh, by the way, World of Long plays again here. God, I loved playing this game. That's pretty much all I could do, too. That's down B, and then I think it's a forward back B. Oh, yeah, lots of the drop kick, too. I think it's forward back B to do get over here. But as you can see, yeah, you could basically just uppercut a guy and do a drop kick on him, and that's half his health. JFK, thanks for being on 26-monther. Uppercuts do so much damage. Yeah, nasty. Looks like he's trying to fade. Oh, he did it. Very nice. Very nice. Anyway, this size character sprite, I don't even think GB Studio could do it, but it's too big. I think it's actually too big. Once again, World of Long plays. Oh yeah, we did. We looked at a Pocket Fighter. I think we looked at this one in particular. Heads are too damn big. These characters just look silly. They're like arms being longer than their legs too is a weird aspect of these character designs. What if the actual one-on-one fights are just cutscenes? Yeah. Or maybe just like, maybe similarly, like you just kill them way faster than you expected to. You know what I mean? Like it's not a cutscene necessarily, but you're just like, and they just like die. Would the beat 'em up be 8 levels, 1 of each character, and a final boss? Nah, here's the other complicated thing about this, is ideally the vision of the game would be you can select any of those 8 characters to be the main character of your playthrough, you know? If you give somebody an 8-player character select, you're like, okay, that's the one I want to see the story for, you know? But that might also be a ridiculous idea that needs to be scaled back. You could One Punch Man the bosses? Yeah, ideally though, like the whole idea is like you're One Punch Manning the grandmas on the street, and then like the bosses can kill you. You know what I mean? So you like basically every level is like you working your way up to people who have harnessed the ability of fighting better. You know what I mean? So eventually there are the dudes who are like, you know what I mean? So it's like, oh, you killed that guy in 5 hits. He's halfway as strong as like a regular fighting game character, you know? Would Deep Dish feature in? Yeah, it would be really cool to make Deep Dish one of the characters for sure. So 64 different dialogue options? Yeah. Okay, so there was another thing I was thinking of. And that was, let me know if this is too rude. Basically, the character select screen just times out really fast. So maybe you could really like, you could only move the cursor like one or two times before the timer runs out. So basically you see 8 characters that you could select from, but really only have enough time to like pick one of 3. I was also considering this. But I think, you know, I think that just makes people angry before they even start your game. NES long play for Mighty Final Fight we got here. Wow. These are great sprites. GB Studio would struggle to have sprites this nice, actually, I think. Well, I mean, it's kind of crazy. It's doing the NES thing where, you know, they turn on and off really fast. No, this game looks great. I kind of want to see this movie about the twins, too, you know? Okay, but that is 100% what I'm talking about, right? The actually, I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it. Yeah, that's what I'm seeking right there. That. Bro, this is inspiration. This is inspiration. Yeah, look at the way dialogue appears. Not even Super Nintendo Final Fight does this. This is actually really cool. Bow down before me. Just pick yes. It's got dialogue options. This is crazy. Experience points? I might have to play this shit. Is this like a very rare NES game? They must have come out late. I'm guessing this is like a 1991 or 92 NES game. It is 91. Yeah, that's crazy. We need a research grab bag night. Yeah, I feel like I gotta like. This game is research, dude. This is like pretty much what I'm imagining. It's like a slightly story focused beat 'em up, but like obviously, you know, extremely slightly. But also, what's cool about Final Fight is it's got so much overlap with Street Fighter. It kind of is a beat 'em up that takes place in a fighting game world. Can we mess with GB Studio sample game and see what we can do with enemy and character attacks? Yeah. Pumping this. Stand by. What'd I miss? This one? Oh, we can play this one. Okay. Let me watch this one. Once again, World of Long Play is super clutch tonight. Thank you, Slouchy. Yeah. Inspo. Put it on the image board, dude. Wow. Look at Wolverine's little claws. Okay, so we are seeing some pretty advanced stuff that I don't think GB Studio Color's ready to handle there, actually. Because here's the thing, Game Boy Color's actually freaking wild. Some of the stuff it's capable of. Wow. Ooh, look at that animation. Okay. This is tough to watch. Our platform of GB Studio is not up to this level, I believe. These animations are incredible. But we should, yeah, we should check him out. We should see what else was out there. Wolverine, stop it, dude. He's so excited he took down Scott. That's the first optic blast Scott has done yet, dude. What are you thinking? Did he use it? Oh, okay. It looks like when you use your rage, you just do like a quick combo, like an auto combo. That's funny. Sorry, I'll have to load this up actually on this PC over here. It does super, he just got interrupted. Copy that, copy that. Can we make that Wolverine face an emote? It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. Hi, Mucho. Yeah. That's a confused cat on this poor evening. Oh, I was wondering if we should play Danielle Gaiden too. Maybe we should. Maybe we should. Why is this a um3k.itch.io/fight? Oh, is that because like Itch.io's down tonight? I'm wondering why you got me like a Wayback Machine link. Yeah. Okay, shoot. Okay, so web.archive.org/web. By the way, were those new buttons on YouTube? Is that why YouTube went down for a bit? They had to like update their buttons? They were updated before it went down. Oh, okay. Copy that. Okay. We're going to give this a shot real quick. The game is called Fight. Mucho's so fucking mad for some reason. Look at this guy. Sheesh, dude. Give me a break. Oh, press start. Yeah, so it looks like the AI here is just kind of randomly picking from its moveset, right? I feel like every time I throw a fireball, he just throws one right back. Probably because we're both getting our fireball at about the same time. Okay, nah, it's a demo. It's like a here's what this thing's capable of. Here are the capabilities. Jump. Oh, too late, bro. Shoot it. Oh, I was pressing the wrong button. That's on me. Yes! Me win! And then it's green. I'll be frank with you, that has me rethinking my dreams and aspirations a bit. That's got me reconsidering some things. Oh, hey, here we go. Check this out. Wait till you see this movement. That's why I said, hey. Yeah. Little brutal legendy. Yeah. And as you can see, what's kind of interesting, I don't mind his proportions as much. He does have the giant arms that the Neo Geo Pocket fighting game characters had. But he doesn't have the giant head, which I think compensates for that well. That's pretty cool, actually. Fighting games are tough when it comes to AI. Yeah. Who's this? He's just testing the AI, see if he can get that Ryu to punch him. It's kind of working. What's interesting is you lose. What's interesting is he's getting the AI to move towards the player, wherever the player's going, you know? That thing was super weird. I thought he like landed in the background, but I think it was just a weird landing. This is a PS1 game. I always thought the proportions of movement would translate well to a Game Boy game. I've never seen this game before. Looking at Aaron Monroe's Panzer Bandit playthrough here. Game Boy Advance would struggle with this. Bro, I gotta play this. This looks awesome. What a cool looking brawler, man. This guy's just got a stand. I guess that's like, I don't think that's like a power up. I think that's just what the character has. Sorry, I got too wrapped up in that. This is a sweet looking game. Looks like you can beat it in an hour? Is that right? Yeah. Well, if you're that good, sure. Do you have any other ideas you wanted to try out? Oh, sorry. We should maybe poke around a little more with like the capabilities that are present and like see how they modified the demo we were playing. We should maybe check that out. But there was an option somebody wrote that I think is probably the proper one. Is like using a different engine and then trying to make it look like a Game Boy Bellbot here. Could always use something more advanced. The GB Studio is still aimed for a GBC look. I think that is more likely, yeah. Can I tell Mucho he's a good cat? Yeah, Mucho, you're a good cat. You're a good guy. Yeah, you are. It's true what they say. He knows. He already knows. Stop lying to him. No, it's true. It's true. He's a good guy. Okay. So, let us go back to this. Real quick. Again, we're just poking around. Any interest in doing an asset swap for a pre-built game? That is much less exciting in my opinion. Where do I mess around with turnip? Where do I mess around with this guy? Are you a prefab, dude? Enemies. Turnip. Here we go. So, let's see what happens if we like make super jacked up 60 FPS turnips that have movement speed of 3. Player bounce high. Okay. Here we go. Should our new task be finding a development environment with a good visual scripting language? I wonder. Okay, here we go. Panzer Bandit's character designer was Yoshitsune Izuna, who created the anime Gadgard and did mechanical design for FLCL. Whoa. Now, I don't know what Gadgard is. We missed this, by the way. Yeah, okay. So you can see now kind of clearly here how they're made up of little 8x8 cubes of color. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, we played, do you remember we played that, Simpsons golf game? I feel like that was a lot of this tech here. Nice poster. Sure is. Alright, here come the super radishes. Oh! Oh, shit! Okay, so they are programmed to move towards the player. Let it hit you? Okay. Did I fuck something up? Okay, it cannot hit you, but you can hit it from the front, and that is a death. I didn't even mean to kill that one. Okay. Else. Player set to position, camera shake. So that's when you die. If player is above self. What would if player is above self mean? The enemy. Oh, okay. So if player is above in one of these two squares, that kills the radish. Else, here is why we died. That's what that if then means. Are there health options? Yeah, good question. What I think you would do actually is have a separate condition called like HP. So instead of like defeated equals true for if player is above self, it'd be if player is above self, HP -1. If HP equals 0, defeated equals true. So we'd basically would add an extra step in the middle there. We could definitely give it HP. If you turn off use collisions, it can hit you but won't stop when it hits a wall. Whoa. Breakpoint, I don't know about, dude. I don't know what set breakpoint means. That's interesting. Okay. We have disabled the collisions. Let's see what happens. It will stop the game at that line of code? Whoa. Why would they make such a thing? That's what breakpoint means? It will pause code execution so you can debug the current state. Got it. I see. So you would not put that in the final version of the game, but it's nice to have while you're testing this shit out. Oh no, look, he still respects the block. Maybe I didn't update it. Can we get all three? Shit. Yeah, I actually think that makes sense to me now. Thanks for explaining to me, chat. Here's also what I'm wondering is this animation, right? All it does, I think it's like 2 frames of boop, boop, gone. Why is it called explode? Loop animation even. Your logo. No. You earned this. No. Your logo. Would that I could. No explosion there. So at some point you set the animation explode to be the boop, boop, boop. Now they just disappear when you set it to regular. How strange. In programming environments, it's normally not a part of the code, it's part of the environment, or in this case, GB Studio. So it isn't even that it'd be the final game. It's basically GB Studio manually stopping the code to let you look at the game state. The game doesn't realize it's being stopped. Sure. Huh. You know what else is like a super important piece of software that I forgot to re-download? The tile software. That weird thing you needed for making tiles. So Aseprite helps you make the tiles themselves, but there's like this one like tile program where you take the tiles from Aseprite and kind of like it's just called Tiled, right? Yeah. What are all these other unnamed variables, dude? I think those are just unnamed variables. Got it. I think you're right. Yeah, so let's try used radio. Aseprite has a feature for that. That's nice. Because, yeah, you just have to download, like, this whole other third piece of software just to like create an image based off of the tiles that you're making. Even though you've already got it planned out in Aseprite, it was like helpful to have this tiled thing to like make sure that you're under your regulations. All right, so they shouldn't die now. They did die. Can you break down what the interactions would need to be for two characters in a fight? So, what's crazy is the first one seems to be automatically in there, in that this character is always heading towards the player character. That's like what that Ryu was doing to that Spider-Man, you know? So somehow they already know how to do that. I don't see where that is in the game's logic, so I think that's like if you create something under the enemy type of character, they're just always going to do that. And then really what I'm suspecting the other thing did, you know, that little 2D fighting game we just played in GB Studio? I'm suspecting it just randomly throws out moves. I guess like a sophisticated AI would be like, okay, if I see this player going for a jab, I block. If I see them going for a heavy hit, I jab. You know what I mean? If I see the player blocking, I grab. So you know what I mean? Like the AI actually reacting to the moves that you're selecting. Obviously the best fighting game AI is really cheap about that, where it's like, the player chose to press a button that's got 15 frames. I'll choose one that's got 10, you know? Check the on update tab in the turnip. On update. Yeah, but I mean, sure, but like we hit it, right? And for some reason it still died. On update. If players left of self. Cool. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. If player is left of self, move relative -4, okay? Else, if player is right of self, then you would move +4. Let's make it jump. Oh my god, this is not going to work like how you think it's going to work. Let's just see what happens. All right, my prediction is that it's gonna go pew 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 pew. My prediction is gonna make that sound effect constantly as it moves. So let's see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? Okay, so it's actually only making that sound effect as it calculates where it is in relation to the player, and it recalculates every 1 second. Can we move a turnip to the first screen? Yeah, let's move a turnip to the first screen. That's a fun idea. I think it's add event. actor. No, actor is only the player, I think. Really? I thought everything that moves is an actor. Bro. I'm so overwhelmed today. More overwhelmed than I think I was when we dropped in way back when. Turnip. Oh, here we go. Just drag a turnip in. Did that work? No. Maybe this? There we go. Got it. So turnip, just press plus and then press it right there. All right, turnip. On hit. Oh shit. For some reason that projectile is like all over this for no reason. Okay, let's see what happens. Or we could right click the scene to start it as the starting scene. That's right. Oh, whoa. That change made us load it really slow. Get out of here. Whoa. That was crazy because you're not supposed to die here. This turnip lost its hat. Where'd your hat go? Where'd your hat go? Are you colliding with the elephant? Oh, there's your hat. Bro, this is so weird. Where'd your hat go? Where'd your hat go? Only 10 sprites can display at a time in a row. And you're saying because the elephant has so many moving parts, perhaps, that they had to just, they gave up at the top of the radish's head? That's kind of fun. I mean, this is the fun poking around bit, you know? I could see opponent AI being just 3 things: proximity, stance, and chance. If far, use projectile. If player's ducking, use low kick. Chance to use move each X number of ticks. Chance to block each player attack. Yeah. I mean that's probably how it works in something like Street Fighter 2. The thinking tss is so funny to me, dude. He's thinking. He's thinking. Yeah, so now there are actually 2 radishes that are thinking. Damn, I didn't mean to kill it. Oh, that one died too somehow. ZA is now officially out. Did it become midnight that fast? It did. Oh man, I feel like we were just fucking around for like an hour straight there. Boop, boop. Huh. Locked. My big sister. Yeah, it's kind of funny. It really is the same character, but a bigger sprite, huh? Alright, chat, we'll end the stream there. I will say I'm slightly discouraged after today's stream. I think it would probably be easier to go for either like a super simple platformer. Maybe one where you could just like shoot at least, you know what I mean? So maybe like a Mega Man style platformer. Or more of like an action adventure game top down like you see here. So maybe more like a Link's Awakening type game. A Metroidvania, I don't think the system could handle it, honestly. Maybe like small map Metroidvania, but I really don't think it can handle like a Super Metroid or even a Metroid 2 style map. Would you go SNES route instead? Well, so what's really nice about GB Studio is, hey, I got you. Yeah, nice. How simple it is. And I know it didn't sound simple when we're talking about breakpoints and actors and all that, but it is incredibly simple compared to what else is out there. If you're trying to make your own Super Nintendo game, you'll start crying. It's so hard to make something on that scale. A top-down beat 'em up? That's a fun idea. For Frog the Bell Tolls is kind of like that. Can we just bully Meebid into figuring out the programming? No, heavens no. That's not right. That ain't right. I've not pulled the trigger on Switch 2 yet. I wonder if ZA runs okay on Switch 1 still. Okay is gonna be best case scenario. If your friend asks you like, hey, how's Legend ZA going? And you're saying, okay. Bro, don't look at me like that. Don't look at me like that. Go on. Find a new spot. Anywhere but the table. I basically just grabbed his butt, right? And he just like looks at me like, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Goo baby, thanks for being a 63 monther. Bro, what's going on here? Okay, so the idea was, hey, we're gonna hop into GB Studio. We're gonna see like what the new capabilities are. I shared chat my dream for my game. And as the more I poke around, I feel like I might need to refine the dream a little bit if we're to continue making it on a regular basis in GB Studio, or just try something else entirely. So we'll see. We'll see how the idea develops as the weeks progress. I would say, it's been nice to poke and prod. It was definitely nice to go back and play the old Game Boy game. I really appreciated that. But no, I'm not feeling like super invigorated. Like, oh yeah, this works. I know exactly what to do at this moment. GB Studio could handle over-the-shoulder fighting like Punch-Out. Not graphically. You know what I mean? You gotta think limited in what you can present on screen at one moment. Punch-Out's actually got huge sprites. What about a beat 'em up set in a fighting game universe? Yeah. I would love to do such a thing. I actually had the same idea. Yeah, so we'll figure it out. We'll figure out where we're going. I went to update GB Studio and forgot Itch is still down. Damn. I got lucky then. I downloaded it just today. So I guess I got super, super lucky on that. All right, chat. Upcoming schedule. Thanks for hanging out for a quick little bonus stream. Appreciate that, chat. That was fun. Do I think I'm do another stream like this soon? Probably not. Maybe if I'm hyper motivated, but I feel honestly demotivated after this. Like maybe, you know what I mean? Like maybe if it's like more of like a conceptual design stream. Like I actually liked seeing clips. I loved seeing the videos that chat was sending in of other Game Boy games that do fighting games, right? I think honestly, like to me, the visual in my mind of what it looks like is like not compatible with what reality is. And so maybe the idea of like, if you want to make that game you are imagining, you're going to have to pick a different platform might really be, the way to go. But that was really cool. That was fun. If you follow some YouTube tutorials, it will help you realize what the engine is possible of. Yeah, so that's basically it. It's like, do we stick with the fighting game brawler idea, or do we make something that is more accommodating to the GB Studio engine, you know? Hero, thanks for being a 65 mother. Is there anything chat can do to help in the meantime? No. Heavens no. No. This is a vanity project. Talk about vanity projects, you know what I mean? This is just like me kind of wanting to see if it was something worth pursuing creatively. Sorry, I just dropped my phone. Are there other platforms you're curious about? Yeah, I feel like chat mentioned a bunch of really good ones that I should check out. My understanding was Kyle's drawn to GB Studio because it was so simple. That's exactly right. Yes. Yeah. That's exactly 100% right. That game that I made, Don't Call Me Mama, I would not have been able to make in any other studio. You know what I mean? Like having 4 colors for sprites is actually a huge advantage because it makes it simpler. You know what I mean? Like I realize that, you know, like the art of pixel art is its own separate thing. And so like, it's not like saying like, yeah, it's easier to draw pixels, but like for me it was, you know what I mean? It quite frankly was like easier than generating nice crisp graphics. So, you know what I mean? Why do you keep your phone on your leg all stream? Just falls on my pocket, man. Just an issue with shorts. Anyway, there will be a new delayed input Friday morning, Friday day, Pokemon Legends ZA, Saturday day, Pokemon Legends ZA, back to back. We're going to determine whether or not that continues to be a long playthrough. I had a really fun time playing through all of Arceus back in the day when that came out, but I'll be frank with you, I'm not feeling as certain about ZA, and also we left Digimon at a weird point on Monday where like we're so close to some really cool stuff happening that I'm like really tempted to have another Digimon Monday. So basically Pokemon has to beat Digimon for 2 days straight and we'll find out what next week looks like. You should get a phone stand. I actually have one. That's the sick fact. I got this thing. And what I use this for, the phone stand, is to put the lens cap on. None of this shit makes sense. It is a really good lens cap stand. Yeah, maybe I should just get a second stand. Digimon clears. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how much, like, you know what I mean? We might like really love our party in Pokemon, and we might be even like closer to something cool happening in that game at the end of 2 streams. You don't think the cap needs a stand? No. Think about it. Look at this room. Think about how messy this room probably is, and think about how I know at all times where the lens cap is. Sure, I don't know where my highlighter is, right? Or where that note I took 2 weeks ago is, but I know 100% where I will find the lens cap. And that's a huge plus. You saw a bunch of leaked megas on TikTok, bummer. That's the worst place to see them. You got to see them 16:9 at least. Yeah, and I think the battle system is what people, like the good reviews that are coming out for it, I think that's what they're talking about, is like the battle system's actually pretty sweet. Is the poster in the Ghost the extent of the decor for this year? There was one more thing I got to put up, but that's pretty much it. Oh, yeah, and I got Pito back up. That's nice. Oh, excuse you. Did you notice who's back out of hibernation? Is that the extent? Come on now. Get your head out of the dirt. Glinny's back. Glinny's back, baby. You hate social media for spoilers? Yeah, I hear you, but also like most people on TikTok don't give a shit. If I was on TikTok trying to get people to watch my TikToks, I think it 100% makes sense to get an early version of Pokemon Legends ZA and post that video as soon as possible. Blood splatters on the wall? Probably not. No. Oh my god, that's such a funny idea. Thank you for sharing it, Ikity Akity Oop, because I missed it the first time. The idea is this. but one side is Digimon and one side is Pokemon. Yeah, that's a funny idea. That's a really, really funny idea. All right, let me. I mean, there's no way I'll remember to do that before Friday, considering I got to do a whole delayed input. But hopefully we can get that together for Saturday at least. Pokeball on one side, Digivice on the other. Yeah, that's a really, really funny idea. Ferengi, we were talking a bit about the Pokemon leaks because a lot of them happened Monday. But you know, I didn't see that much afterward that chat didn't already bring up. I don't know, man. It might have to be delayed input this week. I don't know what angle to even talk about that stuff from, because you know, it's like all internal stuff. The budgets is something. I like seeing beta stuff, you know what I mean? I like seeing like concept art for games that have already been released. But in terms of like this is what next gen Pokemon's gonna look like, it's like, to me, no way, not possible. So, you know, I don't know what to really take from any of that stuff. Whichever one doesn't get chosen, will you play it on your own? Guaranteed, yeah. Yeah. Sorry about your 90 inchers, chat. Sorry, no, what was it? What did that guy win at the Call of Duty tournament? I feel like it was an 89 incher. No, I think it was a 98 incher, bro. Stand by. I'm going to get to the bottom of this. By the way, thanks again, chat, for hanging out for today's stream. I realize it was very non-scheduled. What word am I looking for? Impromptu? I see a lot of people saying impromptu, but I don't like that word. It can't be impromptu. It can't be that. Loosey goosey, I like. Yeah. No, I like the idea of like stop saying prompto. Like you have a regular schedule, right? You got a regular like type of stream, a regular like flow to a stream, and then this one was all over the place. Mucho angering is very accurate, actually. 98 incher. Okay. So I'm upgrading the reference to 98 inchers. I'm sorry about your 98 inchers, chat. I did officially look it up. Slapdash is maybe my favorite that I've seen so far. This was a Slapdash stream, so I appreciate you all showing up for it, hanging out, having fun. Have a great rest of your weeks. I'll see you there at the end of it. I'll be here for the weekend. And then, has the neon sign been off this whole time? Yeah. Unfortunately, that means none of this was canon. This was a non-canonical stream. Yeah, this was a what if. This was a side story. This was not canon. Erase this from the record. Filler stream. Okay. All right. Anyway, thank you very much, chat. Have a great rest of your week, and see you on the weekend. Bye-bye.
It's a robot party. It's a robot party. It's a robot party. It's a robot party. Tie your shoe. It's a robot party. Pet the dog. It's a robot party. Collect the clue. It's a robot party. No eggnog. It's a robot party. Safety first. It's a robot party. Feelings last. It's a robot